thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? This is insane. I have to say this right off the bat. This is a Hail Mary. This is a prayer to whatever demon this man prays to. This is an absolute move that I've never seen before, except for like Brian Koberger. And, you know, when we're covering that Idaho 4 stuff, it's going to make sense here in just a second because we are talking about Diddy. The diddler is back at it again, and his team is doing everything they can to move the goalpost to make it seem like this man is not a monster. In fact, they're saying, let me show you this title. This is ridiculous. They're saying he lacked the mental capacity to commit any crimes. I got to hit the button. Say what? Are you out of your doggone mind? Well, actually, I think that they are. I think that they're at a place right now where they're grasping at straws, trying to grab anything they can to make it seem like that their guy is innocent when clearly the feds have enough on his ass to destroy this man. Look, guys, he's going to be locked up, it looks like, for the rest of his natural life. That's what he's looking at right now. I get it that he's going to have to try to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at this case, trying to get himself out of this situation as best as he can. But I'm telling you right now, the stuff that we're reading here in this article is absolutely redonkulous. I've never heard this stuff before in my life. This is a new one. And now they're saying that because of the amount of chemicals, if you get what I'm saying, the substances, the alcohol, etc., that were in his body, there's no way he was able to commit any of these crimes. There's no way he could do all this crazy stuff because his mind wasn't there, right? He was so zooted, he was so lit that he could not do any of these things. This is not possible. That's what they're saying right now. Now, I'm not sitting here saying this is exactly like the Brian Koberger thing, but they are throwing in the Brian Koberger case, they are saying, well, he's on the spectrum. He's autistic. So you got to understand there's no way he would have been able to do X, Y, and Z because of him being on the spectrum. Again, I say, miss me with the nonsense. There's plenty of people that are artistic or others that have done multiple crimes. Okay, it does not omit you from any type of crime. Miss me with the nonsense, especially when you're talking about people like Diddy who are alleged of multiple SAs, Rs, SB, battery, etc. All those things that he's been accused of. You're telling me, oh, because he was too drunk, he couldn't have done that? What about people who drive cars while drunk and then smash into another car, taking the lives of people? They're so drunk they couldn't be able to operate that machinery. I mean, technically they're not able to if they're drunk, but they still were able to get in the car and commit a crime and then also commit a tragedy. Now, I understand that that's not R or SB or anything of that sort, but you get what I'm trying to say here, right? It just is ridiculous to say that he has lacked the mental capacity to do any type of crime. Yet he's been able to hold up bottles in the air and do all types of videos and all that, promoting his brand and having, I'm sure, a multitude of business meetings with people while under the influence as well. So if he has the mental capacity to do certain things like that, he most definitely has the mental capacity to do some serious crimes as well. But like I said, let's get into this article. Again, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. So part of Diddy's defense involves his mental capacity to commit crimes while he was essentially just completely wasted. Just gone, right? He even has a doctor lined up to testify, but the feds think it's totally irrelevant at this point. It's a totally irrelevant point. It's absolutely irrelevant. It does not stop someone from committing crimes. We've seen it a multitude of times. There's been plenty of date Rs that have happened when people are too drunk. They make very, very bad decisions. They take advantage of people while they might be drunk while that person's drunk, but then they take over. They take advantage of that person who happens to be passed out drunk or, a little bit too inebriated, not listening to that person when they say no. in all that, those people, there's plenty of people that are locked up right now and have found themselves in some serious trouble because they were drunk and making stupid choices whilst they were drunk. There's been plenty of people that have lost their lives to another person who took matters into their own hands because they were inebriated or on some sort of substance as well. So again, stop it. But anyway, prosecutors filed their opposition to this line of testimony. And in the docs, they say Diddy wants to have the doctor, who is a Columbia professor, pray tell, testify, okay, he had a mental condition bearing on the issue of guilt. Say what? So yeah, so they're saying, so what does that mean exactly? Because that sounds like a load of BS, okay, a load of malarkey, as some of you guys will say. Well, the detail of his alleged condition is redacted throughout the documents, but there are some clues, including a bit about Diddy's alleged drinking and using copious amounts of substances. So, according to the documents obtained by TMZ, prosecutors say legal precedent requires the defense to give proper notice before offering any evidence of the effects of substances and alcohol on a defendant's memory and cognitive function. Okay. One other clue is prosecutors describing the doctor's potential testimony as evidence of the defendant's inability to control his behavior. But if he has the inability to control his behavior, so then he has the ability to do things and do some seriously bad things. So again, it doesn't matter if he is able to control his behavior or not control his behavior, whether it's premeditated or if it's on a whim and he's just blackout drunk or blackout out of his mind, high as hell, it still doesn't matter. Those crimes are still being done by him. He is still there. He is still doing those crimes. So they can't sit there and say, there's no way he'd be able to do this. He's so wasted. He's so gone. There's no way. Nah. Miss me with the nonsense. What's interesting is the federal indictment accuses Diddy of applying substances to his victims, okay, into compliance during these freak-offs. But now it's a question of whether Diddy himself was in a haze during the alleged crimes. These are all premeditated, guys. Or if he's drunk or on some sort of substance and he decides to put something in somebody's body against their will, that is still a decision that he's making with his own brain. It's still him. Doesn't mean that he goes into an out-of-body experience and he's watching himself do these things and his real consciousness is somewhere else floating in the corner going, no, Diddy, no, don't do it, bruh. No, he's doing it. He knows what he's doing. This is ridiculous. Even if he was, prosecutors say the doctor's opinion on whether Diddy was quote unquote lucid is irrelevant. In the docs, they point out the doctors never personally examined Diddy. Oh, that would be helpful. Still wouldn't change anything in my personal opinion. But anyway, they still have not personally examined Diddy, and his testimony will be based on his experience with other people. Yeah, maybe getting him examined would be great too. But still, miss me with the BS because this is BS, guys. Prosecutors also want to block testimony of a forensic video expert regarding the Cassie video, the Cassie hotel attack video, which the judge ruled to be admitted as evidence, which is huge, by the way. The judge has yet to rule on either matter, but the trial is just a week away. Like I said, this whole thing is going down next week, and we will be on Diddy Watch. We will be watching and seeing what the heck is going on and what's about to pop off. But I'm telling you right now, guys, you can miss him with the nonsense of this right here, saying that he was too gone to be able to commit these crimes, that he was so gone that he went on autopilot. Literally, that's what they're saying, that it like is as if it was him doing these crimes. If he was to do these crimes, they were against his own will, that he has a split personality, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Suddenly Mr. Hyde comes out when the substances start kicking in, when the Hennessy starts kicking in as well. Like I said, it just doesn't make any sense to me and is absolute BS. But I feel like, to me, this is a Hail Mary. This is a shot in the dark trying to get him off, because you got to remember, the feds got some serious, serious evidence against him. They got multitudes of victims testifying. They got videos and all that. They got documents. They got the weapons that he had and all the things that they found within his homes. He's in serious, serious trouble. So again, to me, them filing something like this is as clear as day to me that this is absolutely them terrified. And they got only a few more days. They go into voir dire, which is when they start picking out their jury. And then after that, it's a wrap, y'all. It'll all go crashing down. So this is a shot in the dark and most definitely a Hail Mary. But what you think? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk here soon. Man, I'm telling you, Diddy is mother-loving cooked, y'all. He is cooked. And that shows to me, point blank, that he knows he's cooked too. We'll talk soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.